All right, so I will start with a small question for you guys. What image do you have when you see this word? Well, for me, I always think of school. Anything that related to school, whether it's a book, a pencil, a classroom, it's all related to learning. However, have you ever thought about how parenting is also education and vice versa? Parents are the people who teach their children how to walk the very first step of their life, how to say the word mommy or daddy for the very first time. Parents who are teachers are also students, learners on their journey of being a mom or a dad. Yet, why aren't some parents learning how to be a parent properly? Good evening, gentlemen and ladies. My name is Khanh Linh, and today I want to discuss about Asian parenting, or to be more specific, Southeast Asia. You may or may not have heard of the phrase Asian tiger parents. Sounds scary, doesn't it? Or at the very least, come across some memes about what objects an Asian mom would use to beat up their kids. I actually like the broomstick. It's actually pretty classic though. I'm glad that most of us have humor as a coping mechanism, but isn't the pain or the trauma is still there? While we do understand that most parents who were raised during or after wars have a much harder life than us, does it justify the approach to parenting? I came across this comment on Facebook 2 years ago, and it has deeply moved me, and I will read it now for you guys. My wife is loved by her whole family. After 2 months of being married, we went to her house and got showered by her parents' affection. Her father made sure that the table is full of her favorite food. Her mom insisted that if we have any problems, we should come to them and ask for advice. Even her younger brother, who has his very own little family, always gives her gifts every now and then, and always remember her favorite food, favorite thing. I got a little jealous. My family isn't poor, but we're not close at all. And sometimes I wonder, how would it be if I was also raised in a loving family like hers? I don't know if I, a person who is not raised by love, can give her, a person who is raised by love, the love and care that she needs, that is a standard. We can tell from the comment that the original poster was raised with enough money, but is that sufficient? A lack of food, a lack of shelter, a lack of safety had led our parents to think that, oh, maybe if I just give my kids food, education, and a house, it's already enough to raise them. However, raising a child should require more than those basic securities. What about emotional nourishment? Will we know how to say I'm sorry to other people if our parents never said so? Will we know how to love someone if all we do is provide? I was raised in a financially stable family. I don't have to worry about money. And I've had people driving me to school since I was a little girl. And even until now, I actually still sit in my mom's car to go to school every day. I'm grateful for what I have, because I know that not like a lot of other people will be as lucky as me, who don't have to worry about money, who have a stable finance. But back in 9th grade, when I went over to one of my classmates' house, I got weirded out. I thought to myself, is this how a family should treat each other? Teasing, joking, telling everything about your day, even the smallest details, are not on my list of things to do when I have family time. Sometimes I wondered how it would have been if I was raised in a family that have to work so hard just to pay bills, but at the same time, they love and care for each other, and it's shown through their words and their actions. This method of parenting had not only affected our ways of showing love, but also some young couples' approach to parenting as well. Now, raise your hand if you have ever come to a cafe to hang out, and then you have to hear this kid screaming for his parents or her parent phone. Even worse, in a restaurant, or even worse, in a plane. Yeah, I feel you. I've been there. Well, on one hand, these young couples, or even couples who are in their 30s, are heavily affected by their parents' method of teaching. And combined with the advancement of technology, we created this new generation of so-called iPad kids who only know about the iPad. On the other hand, some people who thought to themselves that I would never ever treat my children the same way that my parents used to treat me, found their behaviors towards their younger siblings, towards their kids, mirroring their own parents' behaviors. So, in addition, some studies have shown that parenting style may influence child developmental outcomes, which explains the reason why some children have problems with being cooperative. Some others have no confidence, no responsibility, and the list goes on. So how are we tackling this problem? How are we breaking out from this cycle of generational trauma? While in some countries, government has child and parent support policies, I believe that there should be more investment in parenting programs, especially in my country, Vietnam. There are a lot of, I would say, organizations or charities working on parenting programs or early childhood workshops. However, most of them are Western-based. You don't really see them in an Asian country. And I actually came across this organization a long time ago, which is NCT UK. It stands for National Childbirth Trust, and they are a charity organization, which is also my inspiration to do the talk today. And that gave me a thinking of, why does it have such a mixed popularity in Asia? Yes, in some countries, parenting programs would pop up to their mind when they have their kids. However, for instance, in my countries, parenting programs would not be the first thing popping up on their mind when they think of having a kid. Instead, it would be finance, it would be education, it would be food. So why aren't we having more programs like this in Asia? If our school of life starts from our home, why aren't parents learning how to be a parent, learning how to be a person who is capable of taking care of their child, both physically and emotionally? Yes, we can buy hundreds of books, self-help books, parenting books, but can we only read instead of learning directly from a teacher, a professor, a person who has dedicated so many years out studying before being certified to teach you? Why don't we have more programs, courses, talks, workshops for parents who are also taking their baby steps on their journey of being a mom or a dad? A home and a house, while both refer to the same thing, are actually differ in meanings. A home would be where we always want to come back to, not a house. And I hope that our generation, my generation, will be the first people who pioneer the movement of how to be a parent. Thank you.